Hey guys, welcome back. Today I am doing another throwback get ready with me, and this is going to be a complete drugstore get ready with me throwback. And I did already do my foundation and my eyebrows, so I will leave my foundation routine below if you're curious about that, and I'll also link all the products I use down below as well. But for eyeshadow primers today, for a throwback, we're going to use one of these two. I'm trying to remember what this one was called, but this one here was like a dupe to the eyeshadow primer that I use all the time from Urban Decay in Sin. So I'm just going to use this today to prime my eyelids. And I'm not sure if they still make these. I feel like I have not seen these in stores, so I feel like they probably don't. But if I can find them on Amazon, I will link these eyeshadow primers below. So for this throwback, I'm going to be using the Maybelline City Mini palette in Rooftop Bronzes. Do you guys remember this little palette? So we're just going to use this today because it's been a while since I've used it. I'm just going to get a little bit of this shade right here on the blending brush. And I'm just going to blend this in my crease. So this weekend was pretty eventful. I had a lot of stuff happen. One of the things that happened to me over the weekend, this is kind of out of order, but on Saturday I got up to let the cats out of the basement because at nighttime we usually put them in the basement. We have a large basement downstairs, and if we have them upstairs, they just keep you up all night, like just knocking things off tables, crying, trying to wake you up. So it's just better for everybody if they're downstairs, for them, for us, so we can get some sleep. So I went downstairs to let the cats out, and I had some fuzzy socks on, and I fell down the steps. Like as I was walking, my feet just fell out from underneath me, and I fell hard on my hip and also on my elbow. I don't know if you guys can see how it's bruised. It's not bruised really bad. It's just kind of like light bruising, but I feel like it's slowly gotten like worse each day that's went by. But I seriously thought I broke my arm. Like it hurt so bad. And I was really concerned, but luckily I just bruised it really bad and it did not break, thank God. I was just so upset about that in the morning, and it just, you know, first thing in the morning, like falling down the stairs, it just took me for a surprise. And I don't know what it has been with me this year, but I have fallen down like 3 different times. This is the second time I have fallen downstairs. And I'm like, am I getting old or what? But I feel like it's my footwear, because like I've bought like a lot of like cozy like little fuzzy socks and stuff, and they're not the type of socks that have the little grippies on the bottom. So I think that's like mistake number 1 for me, but I am okay. But that was such a big ordeal. This was always my favorite color in this little palette. So let's go in with that one first. And I'm just going to get this on a shader brush. I'm just going to... But yeah, like, oh, I forgot how pretty this little palette is. Like, look at how beautiful that shade is. It's kind of like when you just have so many palettes in your collection, you forget about ones that you like. But it's such a pretty little palette. I mean, I'm not for sure. They might not make rooftop bronzes anymore, but I will link down below if they still do. But maybe if you still have this in your collection, you should totally bust it out. Show it some love. But just like a pretty simple little look there with that shadow. And my little trick, if you want to make shadows more intense that are like this. Oh, can you hear that? The cats are playing with their cat toy. But back to what I was saying, my trick to make eyeshadows more intense is I will get some of the eyeshadow on the shader brush like that. And then I'll just take a makeup setting spray, and then I'll just mist the brush with the setting spray. And this will just intensify the eyeshadow. So I'm just gonna show you guys like how this intensifies the eyeshadow. But do you see like the difference between like this eye and that one? It also helps eyeshadows to last a little bit longer too. So I'm just gonna do that with the other side. Like just looking at this palette, like I'm thinking of all the looks I could create with this, and it makes me want to just film a 4 looks, 1 palette with this little palette. If that is something that you all would be interested in, please let me know in the comments, because this is such a beautiful little palette and I definitely need to use it more. Okay, for the outer corner, I'm gonna go in with the shade here. And I'm just gonna tap it out here. But yeah, so that was Saturday morning. Saturday, and I was gonna film this get ready with me on Saturday, but after I fell down the steps and everything, and then I was supposed to hang out with friends later, I just ran out of time to be able to film this video. But I had a really fun Saturday. I got to hang out with some friends that I hadn't seen in a while, and that was really nice. And I guess I'm kind of working backwards. So on Friday, Mom and I, we went to Ikea. Now I am going to grab some of this darker bronze over here because I want this to be a little bit darker. But yeah, we went to Ikea, and the closest Ikea to where I live is in Cincinnati, or like slightly outside of Cincinnati area. I think it's about 20 minutes north of Cincinnati. And I live about 30 minutes south of Louisville, Kentucky. So that's the closest location. I know that Indy also has an Ikea, and I've never been to that one. So maybe that one's actually the closer one. I'm just going in with a clean blending brush and just kind of blending that out. But like my mom hadn't been to Ikea in a while, and there was like a few things she wanted to get. And while we were there, I upgraded my desk here. So I want to get my beauty room all organized and cleaned so I can give you guys a new tour of this room. Because like I told you guys at the beginning of this video, I have done a lot to this room and changed it. I mean, not a lot, but it's different than whenever I used to film in here 3 years ago. So I think that you guys would find that interesting to do a makeup collection tour, beauty room tour situation. And while I was there, I also picked up those little cubes that Salem was in. I just thought that that would be a nice thing to get the cats. I'm going to get a little bit of this on this blending brush. But so that they could be in the room with me, like when I'm filming videos or when I'm at the desk, because my desk is over here to edit videos. So, because they always get up on my lap, obviously, when I'm trying to edit. And Salem is such a large cat. Like, he weighs somewhere between 17 to 20 pounds. And he just has a hard time fitting on my lap. So I wanted to get those cubes so that they could be close to me, but I could still have room to be able to edit. I'm going to go back with a little bit more of that shade here and just blend that up in the crease. But yeah, the desk setup that I got is like a setup that I have wanted for a long time in this beauty room, but I would always talk myself out of it because I was like, you already have the Alex 6 drawers, you already have this other table that you got from Ikea, you don't need another setup. But I'm gonna get my little sponge. But I just really wanted to upgrade this room, and it's just something I've always wanted, so I just went ahead and splurged and got it. Because like I said, Ikea isn't close to us, so it's kind of like when you're there, you really think about what you really want. Salem, buddy, what is you doing? Are you playing in there? So I think that's all I'm gonna do with the eyes today. Just like a really pretty everyday look. And I'm debating if I want to use this for my brow bone highlights. Is that too golden? I'll just take a little bit of that on my finger, this shade right here, and just kind of lightly put that as my brow bone highlight. What are you doing, buddy? Are you all over the place? Are you all over the place, bud? Don't get up on this desk. But maybe I can pick him up just so y'all can see how big he's gotten. See, my followers want to see how big you are these days. Can I pick yous up? Can we pick yous up? Come here, buddies. Oh, but like, see how big my buddy is? He's such a big buddy. He weighs so much. Come here, bud. Oh. See, he's a big, big buddy. Yes, he is. But yeah, he is huge. So he has a really hard time fitting on my lap when I'm trying to edit. It was so hard for me to try to hold him up. That was probably so awkward. I am gonna take just a little bit of the brown because I want to put this on my lower lash line. I'm trying to figure out. I'm gonna take a little bit of this shade here, this one, and I'm just using the Sigma E45, and I'm just gonna blend some of that out down here. You gonna be over here now? Yeah? Say he's a good buddies? Yeah, he's a good buddies. You wanna lay up on this table and be next to me? Those cubes aren't close enough now, are they? He has to get real close. Sorry, I feel like my cat speaking voice is annoying. And then I'm just gonna put some of that over here. And then I'm gonna grab a little bit of this brown. Salem, bud, what are you up to? What are you up to, buddy? I thought of another throwback that I used to use all the time in my videos. Let me see if I can find it. This pencil right here, this is the NYX Glide On Pencil in Glitzy Gold. If any of you guys remember me using this in tutorials, you guys are ride or dies. But I'm just gonna put this on my waterline. Also, per usual, I apologize if the cars are loud. We're up in my room and so it gets loud up here. But I used to love using this on my waterline. Like, it was so pretty. I like when you look down and you can just see that reflective gold. Which I know NYX still makes a pencil like this. I don't think it's called Glitzy Gold anymore. But, let's see. And then I'm just gonna take, I love how he's right here watching me. I'm just gonna take this lighter gold shade and I'm gonna put this here in the inner corner. I know that several of you guys have been asking me like how Peps and Salem have been doing. So I'm sure that you all probably enjoyed that cameo with Salem. Peps is doing good. I feel like she sleeps during the day a lot because at night she goes outside. So I feel like during the day she's kind of tired, but she's still doing good. And Peps is so small compared to Salem. She's tiny. Like, sometimes she'll even get in this chair back here and sleep like while I'm editing and stuff. So maybe she'll make a cameo appearance sometime soon. For bronzer throwback, I'm going to use this Milani Baked Bronzer in Glow. It's been a while since I've used this, and I also kind of want to see if I want to keep this in my makeup collection or not. So I'm just using my Morphe R10 brush. Okay, I think I still like this. We'll see how it wears throughout the day, if I want to keep it or not. But that's another thing too with these throwbacks. It kind of helps me see, like, is this something I want to declutter from my collection? Is this something I want to keep? But I was trying to see if this would remind me of the Hourglass bronzer that I used at Abby's. I mean, it kind of does a little bit, but it's not exactly like that. Take a little bit on my nose. And then I'm just going to take a bigger brush and I'm going to bronze up my neck. Okay, and then throwback blush. This is a huge throwback, the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. This was such a favorite of mine back in 2014. Loved this, probably 2014 and 2015. This is an old school, like, favorite blush here on YouTube. And, like, this is the original one. I don't know if it's changed since, because I've had this one since I bought it back then, and it still smells fine, it still works fine, so I'm gonna continue using it. But it's such a pretty peachy color, and I might actually take a little bit of this because I've been enjoying doing this with my makeup looks, like just getting a little bit of whatever blush I'm using and just putting it at the top of my crease just to kind of warm things up. I don't know, I just feel like it blends really well with, like, the blush that you're using. I've really been enjoying that. And then I'm just gonna run some of this here. I feel like my hair is kind of icky today because it's second day hair with, like, dry shampoo. Usually when I do second day hair, I'll curl it, but I just didn't really feel like doing that today. Okay. And then for a throwback highlights, I have a couple here. And I think I might just use this one because, like I said, I'm still trying to, like, go through my collection, see what I like, what I don't like, if I want to declutter some things. But the CoverGirl Super Stunner palette, back in 2018, 2017, I think it was 2018 actually, this was a huge favorite then. And as you can see, I hit pan on that highlight. That was one of my favorite highlights in this little palette. Okay, yeah, this is beautiful. It is a really intense highlight. I did remember that, so just used a very light hand applying it. But yeah, I think it's definitely still worth keeping. Like, I still like it. And my little trick to kind of blend things out a little bit, just get your sponge and just kind of go over stuff. Kind of helps to just tone anything down and just kind of blend your powders together a little bit better. So that, I really like the choice of throwbacks I picked out today. I think they look so pretty. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and mist my face. And this is not a drugstore product, but if I was gonna recommend a drugstore setting spray, it's the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set. I need to go get one of those so I can have it for drugstore type of tutorials, but the Urban Decay All Nighter is just a holy grail setting spray for me. just gonna dry that setting spray. Also, I got this fan off of Amazon. I mean, I don't know if any of you guys are interested in like these Chinese fans like this for like fanning, you know, your makeup setting spray to dry it, but I'll link this down below in case anybody's curious. And that's another video I'm thinking about filming, so let me know if you guys would be interested if I was to film a video on Amazon favorites. I'm just gonna go ahead and curl up my lashes and apply my mascara, which my mascara isn't a throwback, so, but I'll still share it with you guys. So this has just been my favorite mascara right now, the Maybelline Sky High Lash Sensational Mascara in the shade True Brown. It's a really beautiful brown shade. I hope that my camera is focusing. Like, I don't have my big screen up here, so I can't really tell. And sometimes it's hard for me to see in the viewfinder, so fingers crossed that everything showed up okay. And the throwback lipstick that I'm going to use today is this one from Maybelline, and it's the Touchable Taupe. It was from like their nudes collection. Once I do my makeup collection, you guys can kind of see what palettes I still have in my collection. And in that video, you guys can comment which palettes you'd like to see throwback videos with. But I will see you all in my next video, and I hope that you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.